Oh, hi guys. 70 people for an impromptu thing? That's crazy. All right, I'm going to bring on Lizzie because she helped me do this so she can help validate. And Nia wants to say hi because he always comes over here. I'm a mess. Sorry. It's very, very hot here. I really don't care at this point. I'm even sitting in my sports bra.
Hello.
Hi guys. Let me go to the comments because I was just not there. Hi guys. It is so very sad, so very sad. And there was a lot of symbolism that was used in this reading too. That's why I try to tell people like they work on symbolism, right?
Yep.
Even I mean they didn't show me the explosion, but I felt falling. So it
Yep.
would be like the pieces or part of the pieces. I had worried that they exploded or imploded, but it was something that I didn't want to believe.
Yeah.
I think my first video was about the prior missing thing when they were all praying and stuff. And seeing them in there. I think that was the prior situation. I think Spirit was showing me this happened before. That's the only thing I could think of, and that's why I don't like those that much because I never know where it fits until I sit down and do a reading. Neo, give me my thing. Every time I go to do like a video, he has to be like right in the middle of it. Yeah, he's always here. I don't know. Neo, they say hi. So it makes me wonder if what they hit or like there was it almost kind of came in like there was a communication issue, then a mechanical kind of malfunction, and then they hit it when they went kind of out of control, hit it and kind of depressurized. Because the depressurization, like me getting the word depressurization, I guess they said that in the news, right? They said
Yeah.
so that's what caused the implosion. So it's Spirit, instead of giving me implosion, they just said depressurize and made me feel like I was falling. So it's basically the same thing. It's just in a symbolic kind of way where it's a little easier on me. So I'm not seeing something explode with people in it. And sometimes Spirit will protect me in that way and show it to me a different way which makes it hard for me to understand.
Yeah.
But the reference to the Titanic and it being near the wreckage, and I mean, come on, guys, 500.
You were.
Yeah. 500. What did I say? I said 500
yards.
500 meters is 0.3333 difference.
Yeah.
You can't get any closer. You just can't get any closer as a side. There's no way. Like I always tell we can get within miles. Spirit also said like within a mile.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like what, a quarter of a mile.
1/3 of a mile. But in your reading, when I was going back looking through, like you said, it was straight. Like right there's the Titanic. So, and you said like within a mile of it. So
yeah.
You can't get any closer.
I'm wondering about the 5 mile radius, if there's more debris out that have went with the current. That's what I'm wondering why. Because somebody's like, well, why are you saying 5 miles within a mile, like a mile from the Titanic, but a 5 mile radius? It's because, if say it did explode and there's pieces, maybe some of the pieces are further out.
Yeah.
Like they went with the current or something. Like that's the only thing I could think. So 1,600 feet is equal to 500 meters, which is equal to 5.33 yards. We've looked it up. That's what it is. And somebody talked about it, the news saying something about 5 football fields, which is what we were talking about.
Right? Well, you actually said that in the comment because I made an error. I mean, it was 3 o'clock, but like even when I talked to you after that live, I just felt like dazed. Remember, like I couldn't even get like my words out.
Yeah.
So I corrected myself on the football field yardage, and you had commented 5 football fields.
Yeah. So I don't know, you guys, I'm not a chemist. I'm not a mathematician. Like, I don't know. I'm horrible when it comes to yards, meters. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I'm not good.
I don't know the difference. So Spirit was giving me a word that I could relate to and things I could relate to. So, you know, I said 5 football fields. That's what it was. Like, basically, if I would have given this information to the searchers, they go down and they're about 500 yards from the ship. They're going to see it because it's 0.33 from that.
Yep.
You can't get any closer. Like, psychically, it's literally impossible. So I'm blown away on that because Spirit kept referencing that. And like I said, I think my first video with them being okay, and I think that because of the woman, I think it was time before I was picking up the time before Spirit was letting me know that, you know, yeah, it's close enough. I had someone say you were almost. And I'm like, how much closer, like, do you want me to fucking get?
Yeah, you can't get any closer.
No? Jesus. We're in the freaking ocean, for Christ's sake. You know?
Yeah, no landmarks, no nothing. And you were
And I still think they felt that depressurization and the feeling of the losing the oxygen, because I think what happened is maybe the depressurization, it started falling and then it exploded. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, on the press conference today that JB, the newscaster, he broadcasted it live, and they were actually saying they think like kind of like almost exactly like how you described, like it was falling and it depressurized and imploded.
So basically, I didn't get the explosion, but I got everything before and after that. They just didn't show me the, you know.
Yeah.
No, so it was 500 meters, right? That's what they were saying is 500 meters, right?
Yeah.
500. Is that what the news said?
Yeah. 500, wait. Get this right. I sent it.
Okay, because someone's saying 500 feet, but it's not. It's 500. I said 500 yards. It was 500 meters, not feet, right?
You said yards.
Anyways, if say I would have contacted them and they would have actually taken me seriously, which we all know they wouldn't have, and they would have went, you know, 500 whatever. I wonder how close to the propeller this was, because actually when I was getting the propeller, okay, so 33 yards off, like, still.
That's what I sent you. It was like 533.33. So it wasn't that far off.
It's not that far off. So you can't get any closer. Spirit's not going to say 5.33. It's not it's not going to be like that. I wish it was, guys. I wish it was. But it and they repeated that. So that came in even when I was just doing like the impromptu thing, that came in. But I really think the impromptu thing, because it didn't really match this time because of the female, I think it was the time before. So,
but that's what they said, that they thought. Yeah, I mean, they got to do more research and stuff. I guess they're gonna see what they could find out. But they did say like it was falling and then imploded. Like there was a depressurization.
What's even creepier is I was getting 3. This was 3 days from when I did the reading. This is the 3rd day. And yesterday, Spirit, and I did not tell you guys because I was like, no freaking way. They're like, they found it. And I was like, I hadn't seen anything on the news. And I was like, no, they didn't find it. So I didn't say anything because I was like, what? So they basically were, maybe they did before and didn't realize it. But then we go back to the drone. I mentioned the underwater drone. This thing is considered an underwater drone, and that's what found it.
Yep.
So I'm just wondering exactly where the is this a joke? I don't know. Let's put this. We'll do that. I don't want to see it's just a repeating comment. Yeah, well, I'm trying. I didn't know if they were like, you know, I didn't know what they were doing. It's done. Yep, it's done. Sorry. I'm one person. Why is it still coming up though? I banned them. I don't know. It's
delete it now.
It says ban and delete, and it. Yeah. Okay. All right. So it's one of those things where I'm wondering, they did hit the propeller on a different time.
Yes.
For the Titanic, like they hit the propeller, right?
Yeah, I can't remember if it was that David Pokes that said it or if it was I think his last name is Reese. He's the one that did The Simpsons. One of them two were on it when it did go into it like bumped the propeller or something.
Yeah. So that might be the reference to the propeller. It was prior, but also the propellers are on the side. It just makes you wonder if they didn't somehow hit something and it caused a.
Yep.
I don't know. It just makes you wonder. Yeah. So I'm thinking the female was the prior time that it went missing, because it went missing for like 5 hours before. And because I kept seeing people like praying and stuff inside the sub, so I thought, oh, they're going to be found. But Spirit was giving me the time prior that happened, and there was a female on board.
Okay.
And she was taken off. So because I'm answering this question right here. But as far, gosh dang it, I'm banning this person. Why? How do they get around the ban?
I don't know.
This is annoying. This is annoying. Yeah. So then we go to what
Girl,
else is I gonna?
what is going on here? It's back.
I know. I'm blocking and banning and it won't go away. It's an attack. It's an attack.
It's back on there again. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. That's so.
Oops. I hope I didn't just ban somebody else. Oh, fuck. I think I banned Erica.
Yeah, you hit Erica.
Uh-oh. Shit. Sorry. Can you, I don't know how to, you can't fix it, huh? You can't fix it. God,
Let me see.
I'm
Maybe
sorry,
in
Erica.
your studio you could, like after, maybe
it was like I was doing it and it moved up.
Yep.
So I'm sorry, Eric. I'm sorry, Erica. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I am clicking the 3 dots. It is really weird. Yeah, I know, because it's throwing me off about what I want to talk about. And I don't have long. I got to go get hay for the goats. But so there was something else I wanted to talk about.
Oh my God. People.
Yeah, so 600 feet is what they said. Yeah, we're talking about like when we break it down into what I was getting as far as, I don't remember what I got anymore. I'm getting confused with all the meters and yards and shit. So the yards that I got. What an idiot. So I'm trying to see how I can make you a modder. I think I have to go on like my, it's like wasting time to do this. Because I lost my train of freaking thought.
Yeah, so did I, because
no, I don't think they're gonna find any remains. That's the other thing I wanted to talk about. Like whenever they showed me the sub and
Rainbow Apparatus. I'm sorry. It did the same thing with Rochelle. I scrolled up and I put her in timeout. I didn't ban her though. She's just timed
well,
out.
the other,
I'm so
well, she
sorry.
came back. Oh, fudge sticks. What was I gonna tell you guys? Oh yeah, so in the sub, when I was seeing them as skeletons, it was symbolic.
Yep.
It was symbolic. That was Spirit's way of saying they weren't alive. Not that they were going to be found as skeletons. It's a symbolic thing to show me they were not alive. My mom's calling. Damn it, hold on.
Go ahead.
Hey, Mom, can I call you back? Okay. No. No, I didn't. Sunday. I said maybe today, but no. I'll call you back. All right, bye. She had a doctor's appointment today. She doesn't sound good. They were gonna come out here and like see everybody, and I don't know, something's going on.
Do you want to
Let
go
me see
call
if I
her and
can
we can
go
come
to
back
my
on?
live. Turn down the. I swear I'm gonna throw my phone, you guys. Seriously, I've had so much problems with my phone. I can't deal with it. Oh, that's the reading. Fudge stick. I'm trying to add mods. I just don't even want to deal with it. Whatever. I can't do it. So, and then when there was a lot of how about you get out of here? Like, you don't have to be here. You're just being annoying. It doesn't matter how many times I ban and delete. It keeps popping up. I don't know how they're getting around the ban. That's the problem.
Well, somebody said he keeps changing his profile picture, and then I don't know. He keeps commenting.
How is that possible though? He's banned.
I don't know.
That's why I don't like doing afternoon, because I get trolls in the afternoon where I don't get them in the
nighttime.
Yeah.
You want me? I was gonna say I could see if Joey's available. I could have him come in and just keep deleting it off my phone.
Well, it shows they're all deleted, but so now I can't find out who said they'd be mods. Whatever. I can't deal with it. I just want to get through this. So no, I'll call her on the way. I gotta go. Like I said, I gotta drive anyways. I'll just put her on Bluetooth and call her then. So basically that was symbolic.
Mm-hmm.
It was symbolic as far as seeing them in the subs in the skeleton. That was spirit showing me that without showing me without showing me what happened, because I'm still human. Can you imagine seeing that in your head?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's just way of spirit showing me.
Like protecting you, I mean, who wants to see that?
I'm trying to see add as a moderator. We'll just okay, there's I got Julie. No, I believe you guys. It's not that. It's just I was trying to figure out who to add. I'm adding a bunch of mods, guys. So if you get a wrench, you get a wrench. Thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, that's why I don't like doing afternoon ones. It seems that the trolls only come out in the afternoon. Yeah. They must sleep in the evening.
Yeah, you normally it's too late for them to come out and play,
Yeah.
It's been a while though since I
haven't had it. So I have a bunch of I know it's how you beat them, but it's one of those things, like I don't want to see the comments because it messes up your comments. Miss K, I'm gonna add you as a moderator. All right, there should be about 5 or 6 moderators now. Okay. So go to work, people.
Oh my.
So, yep, the trolls woke up from their nap. So basically, I think like there was a lot of symbolism in this reading, which is what I was trying to explain to people, because they will always, in the beginning of the reading, that's what I was trying to tell you guys. They like to use symbolism in a way that I can understand it. That's just because you think about it, where they are communicating telepathically.
Yes.
So the way that they can show me pictures and images and stuff, that's how they're going to do it, on how it makes sense. Almost like it can kind of be like Pictionary a little bit.
Yeah. I can only imagine.
Yeah, but that's why I was like, oh man, I don't want to see it, because I was seeing them all like as skeletons in the submarine, but it was just, I think it was just symbolic for them not being alive. I just think I just don't know why. Like, I don't know why they didn't show me the explosion. Like, I was worried about that, but I just think I got everything before and after. They didn't want to show me that. They didn't want to put me through that, I think is what it was. So
Can we
I
also
have hid user. I can't go to their thing and hide them though. You guys, I can't do that from here. Like, I can, but it's gonna wait. Hold on, let me try something.
Rainbow Apparatus, I'm so sorry for timing you out. I did not mean that.
I'm gonna try to find a. I can't. We've gotten rid of all of his comments because I was gonna go from here. Next time he comments, I'll find his there. Wait, leave him up for a second. Leave him up for a second after that. I'm gonna go to his channel and do it from here. I was like, leave him up so I can go from the chat to his profile and hide him.
Yep. Ooh, he's back. Go ahead.
I hope I got the right one. Bitch, you're out of here. Sorry. And he's back. How is he doing that? I don't know. I give up. Okay, so let's get back to what's important, because he's not important. He's literally nothing. So
and the chat got it. The chat will take care of it.
The chat will take care of it. So I did hide that user, but yeah, it must be like a bot or something like that. It's really weird. It is becoming annoying, and I'm so sorry. All right, we're just gonna ignore him, and you guys will take care of it. Thank you so much. So I'm trying to think. Oh, the other validation that we came across is the son didn't want to go. I literally just came across that.
Look what I have up on my phone. That's what I was going to ask you to say.
That's so funny. I must be psychic or something.
Stop it.
That's the last thing that we talked about. But so he didn't want to go. His dad kind of talked, and it turns out they were all obsessed with that Titanic, and Rush actually had descendants from the Titanic in his family, or something like that. Like, he's connected to descendant from the family.
Yeah, his wife's is the great granddaughter of a couple who had passed, and then at the end of the Titanic, like when they're in bed, it is like a reference to them, because the husband wouldn't get off the boat until all women and children were off. So she decided to stay with her husband. And they said the last sighting of them was when the bow was going down, like a big, huge wave came and swept them off to sea. They found him and they never found her.
And that's something else I want to talk about. The divot. So it doesn't necessarily mean, like, when it fell, it could have created like a little bit of but the Titanic actually is in a divot. Yes. As it slid in, as Lizzie had said. So if you guys are thinking about it, I'm not going to just pick, like I always tell you guys, I'm not just going to pick up on stuff like with the sub. I'm going to pick up on where it's at and stuff like that. So I would pick up things about the Titanic.
Yep.
So the Titanic is literally in a divot.
A divot.
Kind of, or like in a hole. It like slid in. So, and then last night I posted like how far is 500? Like, is it still in the wreckage? Like, that's what I wanted to know, because I felt like they were amongst the wreckage within that 500 yards, 500 meters, whatever, 500 something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't get any closer than that. He did a really good job trying to explain where things were and how it was going to be found by an underwater drone. And I get there's a lot of comments like, well, he wasn't the first. Well, a lot of times, like, so he wasn't the first. It would have been the first time in this submarine to make it down there, and he wanted to do tours and stuff. So in this capacity, and with him doing it, it was like I want to brag, like I made it, and now we're gonna go on. So, no, we know there's no bodies left. Like I said, it is symbolic. Symbolic. You guys, please learn how symbolic works. Sometimes it's not literal. It's not a literal thing. So, it's just, and like she's saying, this one, I'm so confused on, everybody keeps giving me different numbers. It literally, it's like right there. So Spirit's not going to say 487 meters.
Yeah, they're giving you
yards. Like, oops, shit, sorry. Oh, I was trying to put other stuff on and I give up. I'm trying to put your guys' comments up and I keep freaking hitting his. It's pissing me off. Yeah, so I have to interpret what I'm shown. So like I tell you guys, it's like Pictionary. So it's I always tell you guys I may perceive it wrong. Like no instance then with Idaho 4, when I felt he lived close, it was because his energy was always close and he was stalking. Like I felt he was always close, so I took it as he lived close. Mm-hmm. Because he was always there stalking, allegedly. So it's kind of the same thing here. Like I will get a lot of symbolism and to like explain things. So when they showed me that at the end, like all the skeletons inside the sub, it was like it was a symbolism that they weren't alive anymore, because I kept questioning, like, are they alive or not? But that's what I was wondering too during the reading. I was like, decompression. I was like wondering if decompression would cause it to implode or explode, because that's what I didn't know, because I'm not like a chemist or a physicist or anything like that. Like I don't know anything like that. So when I was getting the what do you call it? Thank you, Crimezilla. When I was getting the depressurization, like literally they said that on the news, I didn't know that it would relate to imploding. So whoever knows that kind of stuff and watched the video might have known what I was talking about, Mm-hmm. I don't. Oh, they're from China. That's great. Hey, where's my mods? You guys said you were going to help. I added like 5 or 6 mods. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things, like I've never done a reading like that before. So I think for trying to find pieces of a submarine in the ocean, you can't get any closer. Like you literally can't.
Yeah. And the other
thing, curious how close it was to where I was pointing to on a map last night, because the island comes out, like the piece of on the map. So sometimes they show like on a map. UPS is here. 1 second.
Okay.
So sometimes they'll show me what it'll look like on a map, but they kept showing me like the land, how the land comes out. If you look at a map, the land is actually not far from where the Titanic was. I did not realize that. I mean, on a map, I don't know what, like in ocean wise and miles and shit, like how far it is, but UPS dogs are like, ow.
When I realized the land is, I seen like that TikTok thing, and the way that the map was, I was like, oh my God, there's that thing, the island you were talking about. Wait, you're muted. You're muted. She doesn't realize she's muted. You're muted. Is it just me? You guys can't hear her either, right?
Oh, sorry.
You're muted. You're muted. Like,
Okay, guys, I've only been up like 2 hours. Leave me alone. Sorry, I forgot. I don't know where I was talking about. Okay, so I was like, what are they talking about muted? I thought they were saying they muted the freaking guy.
All right, now I get to get you back for the whole rainstorm thing.
I need my energy drinks. Oh my god. I'm so stupid. Okay. You guys couldn't read my lips. You didn't know what I was saying?
Yeah. Not at all.
I was saying test your lip reading ability. I just wanted to see if any of you picked up what I was saying. So
Oh my god.
all right. So we needed to laugh a little bit in this tragic time. I don't mean to laugh like in this whole, like, this is supposed to be very, but at the same time, like, going into the soul contract stuff. Okay, so this was we like I say, we're always meant to pass when we're meant to pass. Like, that's why I don't worry about what's going to happen to me. My husband said today, because it was so hot here, I heard him in my head, well, don't worry, you're not going to die of heat stroke. I was like, oh, thank you very much.
You know what, you've been worrying about that though. You remember saying to me about heat
I've
stroke?
been worrying about that because it's hot and it's hot in my house, and I'm worried about me and the dog. So it was just funny he said that, you know. But so I think that you can't hear me. You guys can hear me, right? You can hear me, right?
I can hear you.
Okay. I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know. This is jacked up. Hey, you. What are you doing? Don't leave that. Don't open that and take that off. Sorry, the dog knows how to open water bottles. Look what she did.
Yeah, they could all hear.
Sorry, I did that to you, Erica. I don't know how she got off either. Okay. All right. So, you know, he was warned, and that's where the warning light came in. Now that might be, I don't know if they actually had a warning light somewhere. It makes me wonder if there was anything they had, like a warning system or anything like that. But I did hear like the scraping.
Yeah, but he was like warned before. Like, there were a bunch of news articles that they warned him about that submersible. Like, there were things that people did not agree with. So that could very well be your warning if it doesn't have a warning, some type of warning system in it that something's going wrong.
Yeah, but I still think they felt the depressurization of the no oxygen because of what I felt.
Yeah,
you know. And what was weird is, like, during that whole thing, like, literally, if you watch that video, it sounds like I'm underwater at certain points.
It does.
Trippy as heck. Like, I don't know how they do that. I don't know how they do that. It's so weird. So, I mean, I don't, like, they were, like, this comes in your life too, okay? So if you're warned about something, heed the warnings.
Yeah.
Because basically he was warned and he did it anyways. And so I think actually there's a past life connection to the Titanic with these guys and why they're so obsessed with it. It makes sense. And that just doesn't mean like genetically that can be, was there a Captain Nemo or something like that on the Titanic? Can someone check that out? Because I've been hearing Nemo and not Nemo the movie. And I was singing freaking weird. I started singing the Little Mermaid songs today. That sounds so weird, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I was literally walking around and I have not seen Little Mermaid forever.
In 1985, Robert Ballard discovered the Titanic wreckage off the coast of Newfoundland, but it says Captain Nemo, Robert Ballard. The Adventures of Real Life Captain Nemo, Robert Ballard.
So there is a Captain Nemo. How does that relate to the Titanic, though?
2019.
And the 3 days was 3 days from when I did the reading. So that's why I got 3. And I was wondering.
I don't know why it says the Adventures of Real Life Captain Nemo, comma, Robert Ballard. I don't know if
Is he
that's
still alive?
Maybe they called Robert Ballard Captain Nemo. That's what I'd have
But
to
is
look
he
into it.
connected to the Titanic? Is he alive or is
Yeah,
he?
it says here that he discovered the Titanic wreckage off the coast of Newfoundland. Am I saying that right?
So the reason why they told me Captain Nemo is because he discovered the wreckage?
Possibly, and he also wrote. It says he wrote a new book, Into the Deep, a memoir from the man who found the Titanic.
Okay, so I think Spirit was trying to tell me they were in the wreckage of the Titanic because I was hearing Captain Nemo yesterday. And I was like, because I was thinking about the CEO, and I was like, is he like is he reincarnated someone from the Titanic? And I kept hearing Captain Nemo now, and obviously he's alive, so he's not reincarnated from that. But if he discovered the Titanic, Spirit was trying to tell me related to they were in the Titanic area somewhere. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know if he's alive, because it says in 1985 he discovered the Titanic, and then in 2019 I think is no. When the heck it says this over?
There's a playlist for meditations in the playlist.
Okay, so he was a guest.
But what do you mean? How did we get it wrong? Because again, we are literally trying to decipher what we're being shown. Like I said, I was seeing it all in one day. I was seeing they hit something, they went out of control, something of that sort. They decompressed and they fell, which is what happened. I just wasn't shown the explosion. Do you guys understand that? Like, I wasn't shown the explosion because it's too much. So the fact of seeing them go out of control, off course, decompress. I got the decompress. So what happens when you decompress? I just don't know. Like, if I knew like mechanics or like how things work, like if I would know that would cause implosion, I would think that. But because I do not know, the parts fell. Yes, they did fall. Can you please explain this?
So per the Admiral, when they were going down, okay, so from what I have read in articles, it takes about 2 hours to reach like the bottom of like where the Titanic is. But like once you get down to the bottom, of course you have to find the Titanic. It is pitch black, dark. One of the people who were on a tour before this, it said it took them like they were lost in pitch black. It took them 90 minutes to even find the wreckage. So what they were saying is as they were on their way down, it seemed like they like falling, and then an implosion happened. But they were able to find like 5 pieces of between the outside of the submersible and the hole, which is where the people were. But there's 2 separate debris sites.
So basically, I'd like to see you do it better. But when you're explaining it and you've never been in the ocean and you don't know about how things work, it's a little hard to decipher what's going on. All I know is they got hit, they went out of control, they decompressed, they fell, and that means they exploded. So when you decompress, it imploded. So, and then the pieces fall. What happens to the pieces? They float and they fall.
Yeah, they did say it was decompressurization, and it was catastrophic that they imploded.
Decompressurization, catastrophic. You guys, watch the news. That's all I gotta say.
The Admiral, the Admiral was on, and they allowed like some news questions and stuff. There's going to be more research done. They are going to see, I guess they have like the most vessels there when they were doing the search for this. Yes, they are going to pull out some vessels. I think they're going to keep that ROV down there. I don't know if they're going to try to retrieve anything, but I think they are going to see what they could find out, doing some research, and maybe they'll release more within the next couple of days.
So what I'm saying is, I said decompress. What did I say? Depressurization.
Yeah.
And the news said the same thing. So
Depressurization.
Spirit's not going to show me it exploding.
No.
They're just going to show me what happened before and after. I'm not going to get every single detail, you guys. I'm not God.
Yeah, but you did get the distance.
I mean, come on. You can't get any freaking closer than 0.33 whatever.
Yeah.
And it's funny to me that people come on here and they're like, oh, well, you didn't get this, you didn't get that. Oh, it doesn't match, blah, blah, blah. Do better.
And you even got like the sun not
wanting to go. And tell me you can do better.
Yeah.
That's why I get frustrated.
Well, don't get frustrated. Just think of it as people that they just have to learn. Maybe they're newcomers. And
it's really not even about being right or an ego thing. It's more like, I got it and it matches. Why are you picking it apart?
Yeah. Well, you're very humble, and I've always said that, it's not, doesn't have anything to do with an ego. It's just, you're going to have people pick things apart, and it's sad.
And 40 feet off is nothing in the ocean. If you imagine how vast the ocean is, being 40 feet off, like I said, if I were to send divers there, trust me, they're going to look around that area and they're going to see it anyways.
Yeah.
So 40 feet off is not, and they told me 500 because the Spirit gives me like, it's rare that it's like 584 or 493. Like, it's like they round up or they round down. That's just the way.
No, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it, but I think somebody else who was lost, weren't they lost within 500 yards of it too, or something? I don't know. Wasn't that something? I'd have to go back.
I just get annoyed that people pick stuff apart. Like, I'm supposed to get every single detail and see every single thing. Like, it doesn't work like that.
No.
I'm just saying, I know you weren't dissing me. I was just explaining, like, 40 feet is really nothing in the vast ocean. When you're doing a psychic reading, like, it's literally nothing.
Yeah.
So, but people they pick things apart, and that's the only thing that kind of annoys me is they'll come here and they'll be like, but it didn't decompress. But it's like, wait, are you a scientist? Like, were you there? Like, are you psychic?
Yeah.
Like, that's how I look at it. Like, it's, you can't get any closer. You just can't.
And you got the Navy in your reading. The pilot not only was he was a Titanic enthusiast, a Titanic researcher. He was in the Navy, and
that was the Navy coming in. Yeah, that makes sense.
And you got the U.S. Coast Guard and the Navy also involved in the search, right? The Navy
and also, the underwater drone, which they just brought those, which I didn't realize it was like a rover. Like, when they showed it to me, it was different, but that's how I relate to a drone.
Yeah.
So they show me how I would relate or seen things. I've only seen the ones that fly.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a flying one underwater, but it's still an underwater drone. It's the same thing. So, but still there was a point. It didn't like implode right when it hit the water, guys. Like, something happened to make that happen.
Yep.
So I will get the before and after of it, No, I need to learn marine physics. It doesn't have anything to do about spirit. They're trying to show me and I'm trying to relate it, and I don't know anything about marine physics. Do you understand? Like, how can you show somebody something in symbolism when they have no idea what you're talking about?
Yeah.
That's like you trying to read Chinese and like don't know what it is, or somebody trying to show you something you've never studied before. It's the same thing. So yeah, exactly. And I couldn't see because it was pitch black. Exactly. I kept seeing pitch black, and it was like I was inside and then I was outside. Yeah. So, I mean, I really feel like they hit something, honestly, because I kept hearing, it wasn't just like this. It was like I could hear something scrape against the side. It was really odd. So maybe, I don't know what they would have, no, I don't care, you guys. I'm just trying to explain. Like, when I go off like this, I just try to explain because I get frustrated at people Like I explain the same things over and over and over and over. And I explained in the beginning of my video, just like Lizzie's not supposed to know everything. Like she's just there to bounce off of. But people are like, oh, you're supposed to know everything. No, you're not. It doesn't work like that. I just need her there as a sounding board.
Well, most people know. You just get a couple that there was,
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
I mean,
unnecessary comments. But
no one else was
listen,
there.
I'm no Tammy, and I can't wait for her to come back. But
there's none of you people know what happened. I mean, that's just the way it is. Spirit knows. They were there. That's it. And they are doing their best to relay the information to me.
Now, can I ask you something? And like the scrape on the side, is there like, because they've taken this thing out before, okay, and they've had issues with it. Could it have been like a possibility that either when they were maybe loading or unloading this vessel to take it to the Titanic wreck, could they have maybe compromised it, that maybe there was like a hairline crack or fracture, and that's what you were getting? Or are you getting that like they hit something? Like
I just always see it as, well, see, like we noticed, like, okay, whenever you did the and I'm gonna have to go here in a minute because I'm not gonna make it to get hay, and my goats will kill me if I don't go get hay.
Oh yeah, it's already
so the one thing that was interesting is everybody talks about whales and things like that. Well, that came in before the prediction in the auto write. You took it out because I was like, I don't think that belongs there because I saw whales jumping. Now people are asking about a sea mammal hitting it. It's possible.
Oh, that's right. You did get that in the.
I did get the whales right before the sub missing for the Titanic, which, you know, honestly, I said cruise ship. I don't know. I just something out in the ocean. Okay, so it's possible. It's possible. And you guys remember, it's before, you know, I'll get information, like I said, around the Titanic, like where it was in the divot, like around the, you know, the times that happened before. Like my prior reading was about the first time that they were rescued. And that's what Spirit was showing me for whatever reason. And it was confusing. It was almost like, you need to do a reading on this. Here's what happened before, kind of thing. They've never done that to me before, but I'll always tell you guys what I see, and then I have to interpret it. Like, it's the way that I saw it, it came across as something scraped the side, and I could hear it. So I don't really know. I mean, no one's ever going to know everything.
True.
You know, no one's ever going to know everything but Spirit. They did their best to show me. And honestly, doing a reading on something missing in the ocean, and you know nothing about any kind of mechanics or physics or whatever they use. I can't, probably not even saying the right things because I'm not versed in that. So I'm more used to working on missing people and seeing things outside of the ocean. It was very dark where I was looking because I will remote view and I will see myself inside and outside. So that's why they took me. Now I'm understanding why they took me outside the vessel. Remember why I was like, I'm inside and now I'm outside? They put me inside prior to it exploding and then put me outside. But they didn't show me the explosion. For some reason, they didn't show that to me. They just showed me like the decompressurization, which the news said, which probably caused it to explode or implode, whatever it did.
Well, I will say this, for something being missing in the middle of a dark ocean, you did pretty damn good, girl.
I think so too. I'd like to see somebody do better.
Yeah.
And honestly, it wasn't me, it was him. Like he gave me all the information. I am no one without Spirit. Plain and simple. I cannot give what I give without them giving it to me. So somebody said 40 feet. So you guys are all over the board on the numbers here. So I don't even know. Let's just say it was really close.
And the other thing too is like, even at the end, you were talking about Hamish, but then Daywood started coming in, and then you started getting stuff like with the sun not wanting to go. So it was like
they all came in at once.
Yes, like after you got the initial, like it was like they were all there.
And I see what you guys don't understand too is Spirit is always like, so if Spirit is strong in life or has a strong personality, then they'll come through strong on the other side. That's why I was very connected to Maddie and drawn to her when I did the reading on her, because she was very strong in life. She, like, her personality overpowered everybody else. It's kind of this situation. The same thing. Why I was drawn to him is he wanted to be the boss. He was the boss. So he still was the boss in explaining what happened. And he wanted to say he was sorry and all of that. But he was still like, I'm going to tell you what happened. And then when they were done telling me, then everybody else came in and was like, okay, here's a little bit of information on us. So, you know, we're all here. There, it was very like that. So other than the decompress, I do feel like they felt like loss of oxygen and depressurization before they did, because I felt it. Yeah. So that's, I'm going by what I feel. That's what I feel. I am the closest thing that you guys will get to knowing what really, really happened, in my opinion, because they told me. Yeah. And I'm always going to trust spirit. Like I said, I may not get 100% right all of the time, but damn freaking close. And I mean, you can't really get any closer. So the 3 I kept getting, today's the 3rd day after I did the reading. That's what I think the 3 was. Yeah. Like 3 days after I did the reading, they were going to be found because of when I got the 3. Yeah. That's what I think. 3 waivers signed. Okay. Yeah. And numbers especially have multiple meanings. So you can take one number and it can mean multiple things. Yep. 5 football fields, 5 mile radius, 5, you know, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Say it's Thursday or Friday? Thursday. Okay. So, but it was 3 days after I did, like, this is the 3rd day, right? Yep. So I think the reason why Captain Nemo, they gave me that was because of the wreckage. They were trying to tell me he was in the wreckage. They gave me that yesterday. I was like, who the hell is Captain Nemo? Nemo. It made me think of the little fish, Nemo. Yeah. But it's funny, just like they like pick it apart, like they can do better, and that's what frustrates me. It really frustrates me.
And you also got the timeline, like something with the timeline, didn't you?
Yeah, the cards were a timeline issue. Yeah. And the death card came up. So, I mean, and I said it was going to be recovered, which I was getting both, like it'll be recovered now, but I think pieces will be found later on by different people. That's what I think. That's the way it came into me, is that, yes, they're going to find the original pieces now, but I think most of them, but I think like little pieces may be found later by, you know, just whoever. That's kind of, because I mean, it's small. There could be little pieces somewhere else, like the current. The current can take things. So, yeah, my ears hurt. The day that I first started talking about it, I was telling Lizzie, I was like, my ears hurt. Like I was trying to go to sleep and my ears were hurting. So, the banging could have been other ships. It could have been anything at this point. They're saying they weren't even sure it was anything to do with them. Exactly. I like, everybody's like giving me different numbers and y'all are confusing me. Like, I'm not even good at numbers anyways. So, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what they could have hit. It's almost like the way that, so before I'm going to just try to explain again, like how it came in. It was like, they go down, they start going down, they lose communication. There's some kind of, when they lose the communication, they also lose something with the mechanics. They can't see. I feel like, I don't know, they hit something, or I still get that scrape. I don't know what it could mean. It goes blank a minute, or I get like kind of off, like maybe they did get off course. I don't know. Like maybe they were blown or something. I don't know. I don't know where the off course comes in at or what that means, but it was like the current was pushing. Okay. So, well,
the current is bad there. I guess like, that's the other thing. A couple times that they tried to go down, they couldn't because of like the weather and the ocean conditions. And even when they were searching, they said like, I think they were saying it was like 6-foot high waves with white caps on top. So even if they did float to the top, it was going to be hard to find them because of the waves.
Yeah.
So that makes sense, like with the current.
this too, if they started to descend too quickly, they did radio on that and then they imploded. Well, they were going too fast. They felt the pressure. I mean, yeah, I just feel like something like it was a perfect storm in the way that events happened. And with me trying to explain it, it's kind of hard, but all I know is it was like depressurization and then I fall. So if they did fall and they lost depressurization, then they would have imploded.
Yep.
Then the parts would have also fallen. So there is a lot of falling.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I was like, oh, is that, are we sure that validation has to do with this as far as the foretelling of it a year ago? Because they are rebuilding a Titanic. I hope it's not going to go down.
I did hear that it's like
because like it's like a
fail.
Multiple meaning kind of thing. I'm just wondering, like the way my interconnects work, sometimes it hits multiple things.
Well, we've seen that before with like train collides and stuff like that.
And there was like the propeller thing, like they hit the propeller before, but we don't know if something was involved with the propeller either. Like there could have been a leak or something, honestly. Like I don't know. There we go. Thank you. I still think at some point they had to have scraped something or something. I don't know. That's one thing that won't go away, and I just don't know how to place it.
See? That's what I said. That admiral said that today.
And so, no, so the skeletons, as I was saying, is symbolic for them not being alive, because I relate it to they're not alive. Not necessarily that they're in the ship or anything like that. It's just they're not alive. That is symbolic. So there was ways, because I was asking if they were alive in my head, and then they showed me skeletons in the sub. So that tells me that they were trying to tell me that they weren't alive, and that's how I took it.
Yeah.
Not that there's actual skeletons.
Yeah. Symbolism.
You guys, symbolism. It's not always literal. Just like cards aren't always literal.
Mm-hmm.
Like I pulled the alien card yesterday, and someone told me it could be like alienation, not necessarily alien. Like it's not.
Yep.
It's not always literal.
Yep.
So I just try to explain, like, what I'm seeing, what I'm getting, what I'm feeling, and it's like we have to kind of make sense of it. And I mean, you can't get any closest to where they found pieces of the wreckage. It's literally, it's like 1 in a million thing, just like getting a first and last name. Like that's 1 in a million thing. Like that doesn't happen. Well, I mean, it does. It does for people. Like there is literally a psychic that can point out a map in the ocean and be like, they're there. Like there is a psychic that can do that. I can't do that personally unless I don't know, compared to where we were looking on the map, where they were. So,
well, I think what you said, you're pretty darn close, and I don't know, you should be proud of yourself. You did good on this one. I'm proud of you.
For never working in the ocean before like that. Yeah, it's, I've never looked for a ship. I literally looked for one thing, and it was, well, I can't say never looked in the ocean because I looked for the N470 or whatever. And that's in the ocean, so.
Yep.
But it's a different situation.
No, you did good.
So I mean, it's to get 500 feet and be so close. And it was repeating, so it's like, okay, it's gotta be within that. It's that, and I always tell people, like, we don't get exactly like right on target. We can get within a mile or so. Like even with bodies, like it's hard to get right on target because we get reference points, so we can get within a mile. And I said like within a mile, and it was like a third of a mile, which that's still within a mile. Like I get ranges. Same thing when I tell people stuff's going to happen. Sometimes I get ranges like next year or 2 years. It's a range.
Yep.
And so, cause Spirit is going to say like 1/4 mile, 500 and something feet, like I wish, but it's, I have to raise my vibration to get to them, and they have to try to explain it to me. And it's harder to give, it's just easier for them to round it.
Yeah.
Than to give me like, okay, 1/4 of a mile, 500 feet away from the Titanic. Like, dude, I wish.
Yeah, and the girl that you got too, she could have even been there was a female at the press conference today that I want to say she was part of the United States Coast Guard. I don't think she was Navy, but she spoke to the media and said who was going to be speaking and introduced people too. So it's either that or the lady from the last voyage, because I did see a picture of the inside of that submersible with a lady with a ponytail sitting in it too. So,
well, see, now you guys need to get your numbers right. You're all confusing me. Someone said I was 45 feet off. Now you guys are saying I'm 100 feet off. And again, I can only tell you guys what I'm getting. Plain and simple. Like, people ask me to get certain information. If they wanted me to have that information, they give it to me during the reading. Plain and simple. That's just the way it goes. They give me what's important. 40 yards off. Okay. 40 yards. That's not very far. Like, if I'm standing and I'm looking out 40 yards, I could probably still see something.
Yeah.
Or if for the entire ocean, guys. I mean, for real.
Well, I think the yards is like being 40 yards off is almost 100 feet. So it was like 1,600, but you had said 1,500, but that's, come on.
So I'm 40 yards off.
Yeah.
100 feet, 40 yards off. That's not far. I mean,
No.
That's the freaking closest I think I've ever been on anything. I mean, yeah. I describe where bodies are found, but this is different because this is literal number. Like if I were to give this to someone there and they go down and they look like 500 yards, and they look around that area, they're gonna find it. You know what I mean?
Yep. No, you did good. That's very close.
I'm proud of that. I can't get any fucking close. And they did round it. They rounded it. They always round it. Like I said, within a mile, within 500 yards. Like, it's not an exact number, So it doesn't work like that.
So you are, because I just looked it up again. You're like basically right on it. I mean, if they went down there and used your location, they would see it.
Yeah. And again, 5 football fields was what was said on the news, which is what I actually said in the reading.
Yeah, and you also said it in the comments yesterday too.
Yeah. So 5 football fields. Can't get any closer.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm getting confused with the yards and feet. Just, I don't care. I don't know any of that stuff. I just tell you guys what I get, and hopefully it matches and fits. And it depends on how you measure it. So he was giving it to me in yards, not meters or feet, for whatever reason. I don't know. Yeah, people do get nitpicky, man. Like, if you post something like, well, this doesn't fit and that doesn't fit. I'm like, well, how do you know? Because you don't know everything about the victim. You don't know everything about the perp. You don't know everything about the situation or everything around the area. Like, you don't know what fits and what don't. I always get everything for a reason.
Yeah.
Whether it be past, present, or future. Plain and simple. Which I try to explain it all the time.
No, I trust your readings. I trust your readings. I trust what Spirit says,
I mean, I've already given their perspective in the reading. There's no sense to keep going back to it. Now that we know all the information, it's pointless to do it. So, I have lots of other things that need to be done too. So, I gotta go. I'm not gonna make it to get my hay, and then I'll be in trouble because my goats will freaking starve to death. So,
yeah, go get your hay. Give your mom a call back.
I send them out to eat all the weeds, which they'll be like, it's too hot. I'm not eating weeds. Yeah, they're all crossed over. They're all good because they all came in the reading in different parts. In the end, it was like he explained everything, and then they all came in, so they're fine. They're fine. It was like this. Usually, when it's like that, they all end up on the other side. It's like you blink your eyes and you're gone. Actually, it's like before they would feel the depressurization, and before it imploded, their souls would have already been gone. So their souls would have left before that happens.
Okay.
So, just so you guys know, they're okay. So, Thank you guys for your love and support. I think Lizzie's working on some validation videos, and we'll get those posted. Kat, thank you very much. Yeah, the Navy heard it now that they were found. It's like, why didn't you guys realize that before? Anyways, I don't know. I think it's weird that all of a sudden they're saying, "Oh, we heard it now," after they found out there they found the pieces. Like, why didn't they say that before? Why did they make it seem like they were looking for someone alive this whole time? And then once they find the pieces, they're like, "Oh yeah, well we heard it on Sunday." That's just weird. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, guys. I love you. Thank you. See you soon. We might work on a case tonight. I don't know. I have to see how I do.
Yes,
I actually
please.
am getting a day off because I didn't end up taking my mom. So
I'm going to try to work on her. Maybe we'll see you later.
Yeah, love you guys. Have a good one. Where's my thing?